in Alabama, moved here 23 years ago from Liverpool, England. Ah, from UK. Sarah Glenn. There we are. I knew you were sensible from the UK. They're completely unethical. Yeah, it's just it brings it home to you that if you don't have money in these cases, even if you have money, like you explained, it doesn't matter. It's still flip of a coin, but at least you've got some odds on your side. If you've got a public defender, you're fucked basically
Yeah.
in some of these cases.
And if you have a bad defense attorneys are fucking slimy. They're slimy.
Mm-hmm.
You give them money. Here's a big chunk of money. Out of that money, that's all your lawyer's money. I mean, that's their payment. Out of that payment, they have to go and they have to hire experts. So a lot of defense attorneys, fuck them. You know, they cheap out. They go get shitty fucking cheap experts so that they can keep more cash.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying, obviously, I mean, my story about Diane, I'm going to go into that at the end because it's fucking fascinating. But
yeah,
there are bad defense attorneys that will work with the prosecution to try to maximize their profits. Don't give a fuck about their client. I mean, especially if your client say your client's got $1 million. You know what I mean? And you might have to pay someone $50,000 for something, or check this one out. You ain't gonna believe this one. This one was told to me the other day. Let's say that the prosecution, their case is weak, like mine. They have no evidence. You know what I mean? But they're investigating. They are in, while this investigation is going on, they're in direct contact with your defense attorneys. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the defense attorney's like, man, this guy's got $1 million. If you don't arrest him and bring him to the trial, I'm not going to get any of it. But if you do arrest him and it goes to trial, I get all of it. That's, you know what I mean? I'm not saying that that's, but just imagine. So what is a defense attorney? He goes to visit the prosecutors and their lead detective. Lead detective goes, we're probably not going to be able to bring this to trial because we just don't have enough. We don't have enough evidence. He's worth $1 million. I'm going to get about $750,000 of it. I'll give you $50,000 if you can fucking get this past a grand jury. I'm not saying that that's going to happen, but I mean, it could. That's how corrupt the fucking system is. Yeah, you know what I mean? How horrible.
They're 100. They're 100% on the same team. I mean, they hang out together. They're all friends behind the scene. Like it wouldn't be the craziest thing.
They all know each other. They're on the same team.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They knew Diane I don't know if you guys go on my YouTube station and watch my YouTube clips. Diane was on a podcast and said that Grubbs told her, we don't have a case. You're going to destroy us. Why are you bringing this case to trial then? Because Matt had money. Matt had money. And you wouldn't have got any of it if it didn't get brought to trial. I'm not saying it's just another angle. It's another thing you got to worry about, you know, because it's so slimy. It's so fucking dirty, man.
Yeah. The whole system's dirty. It's terrible system, but
scary, man. Scary.
It is. It's very scary. How do you fix it? Who knows? Who gives a fuck? But be aware of it. Just be aware that it's not this polished justice finding, you know, like, you know, the justice system. It's not about justice. It's about people's jobs and mortgages and fucking, you know, like power and favors for people and all that working as a government. It's dirty.
Yep.
I mean, look at what they did to me. They didn't have any evidence against me. None. They brought it to trial anyway, man. Why would they do that? Why would they bring a trial? And Grubbs telling my attorney he knew he was going to lose. Why would he bring a case to trial and he knew he was going to lose? Because it doesn't fucking matter, man. Whether he wins or loses, it didn't matter. He wanted to be that guy that started making all that led an investigation and all that money that it's people like, well, he didn't get paid anymore. He's on salary. You got to think around that, man. There's a different type of currency they're working for. They're working for, you know, it's not cuz dry. It's not like every conviction he gets a certain amount of money. They want to get convictions, man. They want to close cases. That's and that just the more of those you get, the more farther up you're gonna go. I see this Mighty Meat. I mean,
Yeah.
is the motivation for people that work within like law enforcement, government, like getting promoted so they can make more money? Or are they doing it because they want to get more power and prestige? You know, it's a different thing, right?
Yeah, I mean it's different for everybody. Everybody's motivations are a little bit different, but yeah, it's similar. You're looking for the raise, you're looking for the promotion, you're looking for all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it takes a special person to not get sucked into the world where you're like, fuck it, I don't care about this person. I just need my promotion, and to get my promotion, I need somebody to go to jail. And
I can understand.
Unfortunately, that's how it is.
You're a young guy. You're
Mhm.
next thing you know, you're 30. It's your career now. What are you gonna do? Jump out of it? No, I'm 30. I'm a seasoned cop now. Hey, this is just how it goes, man. This is how the thing works. Every once in a while, you're gonna have to put an innocent guy away for, and like knowingly do it. It's just part of it. And I mean, how many people have the integrity to be like, I don't hear a lot of cops. I mean, you have a voice. You're like the first cop I've ever met that are saying these things about law enforcement. I never hear about ex-law enforcement saying the system's corrupt. You know, so. And thanks for doing it. A lot of people. It's awesome.
Yeah, no worries. A lot of people, I mean, they make their living off of the corrupt system, so of course they're not going to speak out against it. So I don't have a problem with it because I think it's dirty. I think it's dirty as all hell. But yeah.
And one more thing before we get going, Dylan. You know, it's the number one cause of death amongst police officers before COVID: suicide. You know why? I think it wears on people. How many lives are you going to destroy knowingly? And all of a sudden you're 50 and you're like, holy shit, I fucked like 30 people over that are in prison or whatever, are all fucked up now because of me. Maybe that shit gets to people after a while, and maybe it's tough. Maybe it's guilt. I put that in my book. I don't know if you read my book, it's kind of neat. So I mentioned that. I'm like, you know what the number one cause of death for cops is? Suicide. You know why that is? It's guilt. A lot of them feel guilty about what they do.